Hello students, welcome in science group of 10th class. Now we shall study some terms associated with the spherical lens. Some terms associated with spherical lens. These are the terms which are associated with concave lens as well as convex lens. So first is center of curvature. Center of curvature. We know spherical lenses are made up of the two surfaces, and center of curvature is the center of the sphere of which lens or surface of lens is a part. It is center of sphere of which lens is a part. It is denoted by C. Spherical lens has two center of curvature represented by C1 and C2. Now we shall draw diagram. At first, on the upper portion we shall draw the diagram. It is convex lens. We also study aperture. It is part of lens from where refraction of light take place. It is represented by diameter. Now from here refraction of light take place, but we show it by diameter, so therefore this is represented as aperture, and in this also it is aperture. So this is aperture. Here also it is aperture. Then optical center. It is center of the lens. It is center of lens. So as I am telling, this diameter or straight line is considered as aperture, and in its center it is optical center. it is optical center, and it is O, that is optical center. And now center of curvature, and we shall also draw a line it is O, optical center, it is also O, optical center. Now if we consider this, then C will come approximately here, and as I told, there are two center of curvature. On left side we normally write C1, and at other side we write C2. Similarly, distances are measured from this point. Similarly, from here approximately here it is C1, and at equal distance it is C2. So thus aperture through which refraction occur, optical center, center of the lens, center of curvature, two center of curvature, on left side C1, on right side C2, which are the center of the sphere of which mirror is a part. Then radius of curvature, radius of curvature, line joining radii or radius of spherical lens. It has, that is C1 and C2. So this is it is not radius, it is principal axis. Principal axis. Line joining centers of spherical lenses, that is C1 and C2. So this is principal axis. Line which join two center of curvature, that is C1 and C2. Here line which join C1 and C2, so it is principal axis. Then remaining terms are radius of curvature, fifth term is radius of curvature. It is radius of hollow sphere of which lens is a part. Next, principal, focus or only focus or focus point. They have the same meaning, principal, focus, focus or focus point. Now, it is the point where incident ray parallel to principal axis meets, that is converge, or appears to meet, that is diverge. Here one thing is that it is in the middle of this, so we measure distance from here. In the middle it is f1 and on that side it is f2. That is, there are two principal focus. In the same case here, in the middle f1 and it is f2, distance should be same, so f2. Okay, it is point on principal axis where incident rays parallel to principal axis converge or diverge. So each lens has two principal foci represented by f1 and f2. So principal focus point on principal axis where incident rays parallel to principal axis converge or diverge after refraction. Here we can also write after refraction. Each lens has two principal foci which are represented by f1 and f2. So this c1 or c2 is also known as 2f1. It is at the twice distance of f1. It is also 2f2. It is 2f1 and 2f2. Before showing the diagram of principal focus, I am explaining it is convex lens, optical center, center of the lens, principal focus, center of curvature. This center is at double distance of principal focus, therefore written as 2f1, f2, 2f2 or c2. Distances are equal. Same case in the concave lens. We can also show principal focus like that. It is a convex lens and this is concave lens. Again it is convex lens. It is aperture, it is optical center, two f1 and in the middle f1, at the same distance f2 and 2f2, and this is principal axis. Now principal focus, as I am telling, in case of convex lens, incident ray parallel to principal axis. We will show it going parallel up to here. After that it will pass through this focus. Same way, if you want to show another, this up to this point. After that, this. So this is principal focus, it is also principal focus, and in that case this lens is also known as converging lens, that I shall explain after a little time. Now in this optical center, f1 to f1, f2 to f2. Now in this case it will appear to pass, means incident ray, at this point it will bend. Incident ray, refracted ray. Same in this case, incident ray, refracted ray. So now principal focus I have explained. It is a point on the principal axis where incident ray parallel to principal axis converge, as in case of convex lens, or diverge as in case of concave lens. Now one more term is left, that is focal length. Distance between optical center and principal focus is known as focal length. But before explaining that, I shall explain why these are known as converging or diverging lens, because diagram are already made. So next point we can say concave lens is also known as diverging lens, because it diverges rays of light. As we are observing in this figure, these are incident ray parallel to principal axis. After refraction they are diverged, these rays are diverged, therefore it is known as diverging lens. So it is concave lens or diverging lens. This is point A, this is diagram, and B point is that convex, this one, convex lens is also known as converging lens, because it converges rays of light after refraction falling on it. This is convex or converging lens. Thus we have studied various terms: center of curvature, center of the hollow sphere of which lens is a part, radius of curvature, radius of the hollow sphere of which lens is a part. There are two center of curvature: optical center, center of the lens, aperture through which refraction occur, it is considered a straight line. Principal focus, point on the principal axis where incident ray converges after refraction in case of convex lens, and diverges after refraction in case of concave lens. Therefore convex lens is known as converging lens and concave lens is known as diverging lens. Then focal length, which is represented by small f. It is the distance between optical center and principal focus. This is focal length, it is also focal length. Same, it is this distance is known as focal length. So these are the various terms. So thus now next points are you may have played by focusing a lens which is convex lens on a sheet of paper in sunlight. You may seen that paper start burning, or you may focus that on the hand or skin of your friend. So it is that what happens if we focus sunlight on a paper through convex lens. The answer is that we know convex lens is a converging lens, therefore it converges all the rays falling on it to its focus, so that temperature will high and paper start burning. We know convex lens is a converging lens. So it may focus parallel incident ray, light rays on one point and paper may start burning. Paper may start burning. May start burning. Then next point is lens formula. As we studied in mirror formula, similarly it is a relationship between object distance, that is u, comma, mirror distance, that is v, and focal length, it is a relationship between object distance, image distance and focal length. Focal length is represented by f and focal length of lens. It is 1 by v minus 1 by u is equal to 1 by f. In mirror formula here is plus, in lens formula here is minus. This is the difference. and you know we write everywhere where u is object distance, that is distance of object from the lens, that is optical center. V is image distance and f is focal length of lens. So this is lens formula. Then magnification or linear magnification. Next point is linear magnification or only magnification. Definition: it is ratio of height of image to height of object, which was also similar in the linear magnification of mirror, that is m is equal to h dash by h, where m is magnification or linear magnification, h dash is height of image or size of image, h is height of object. This definition was same as the linear magnification of mirror. B is, it is also definition, it is ratio of image distance to object distance, that is magnification is ratio of image distance to object distance, where V is image distance and U is object distance. M we have already written magnification. There is a little difference between the linear magnification of lens and linear magnification of mirror. In mirror there was minus sign, in lens there is no minus sign. So thus we can also find by it, if it is number 1 and it is number 2, so we can find that by 1 and 2 m is equal to h dash by h is equal to v by u, or h dash by h is equal to v by u. So we can use various formula to find the values. So this is about the linear magnification. Now next topic, next is sign convention or new Cartesian sign convention for lens. So whether it is Cartesian sign convention or new Cartesian sign convention, of lens. This is exact same with the sign convention of the mirror. The difference is that in mirror distances were measured from center of the mirror, which is known as pole. Here also distances are measured from the center of the lens, which is known as optical center. Name of the center is different. In mirror distances are measured from pole. In lenses distance are measured from optical center. So it is same as new Cartesian sign convention for mirror, except all distances are measured, measured from center of lens, that is O. This point is optical center of the mirror, that is optical center, which is known as O, and there that is known as pole. Now we have to study various rules for the formation of the diagrams. Rules for obtaining ray diagrams by spherical lenses. There are three rules and they are approximately similar as in case of lens. I am telling you the difference. There are three rules. First rule is that it is convex lens, it is optical center, it is f1, it is 2f1 or center of curvature 1c1, it is f2 and it is 2f2. Now first rule is that incident ray which are parallel to principal axis will pass through principal focus of other side in a convex lens. So incident rays coming from object parallel to principal axis converge through principal focus of other side in a convex lens. You can show, and in concave lens In this case, incident ray parallel to principal axis and incident ray after reflection it passed through it, but it appears that it is passing through it. So in incident ray coming from object parallel to principal axis converge through principal focus of other side in convex lens, while diverge or appears to diverge, appears to diverge from principal focus of same side in concave lens. This is the first rule. Then second rule is the second rule is, if it is passing through principal focus, then after refraction it will become parallel. After refraction in convex lens, incident ray passing through the principal focus will become parallel to the principal axis after refraction, and in this case it will become it will appear that it is coming like this, and this will be happen. Then it is incident ray, it's get refracted through it, but it appears as it is passing through the principal focus. You will write yourself, I am writing only rules. Third rule is that if incident ray passes through optical center, then after refraction it will passes through the same path, same in the both cases. I am not writing various terms. Through optical center straight, through optical center straight. So thus there are three rules. In first, if parallel, then it will converge at the focus of other side or appears to diverge on the focus of same side. Second rule, if it is passing through the principal focus, it will become parallel. or in this case appears. If it passes through the center of this optical center, then it will be passed straight. In next we shall study ray diagram. Thank you.